Back here at Bloomington Ice Garden for game number 3 of the 2018 Western States Invitational. Bill Hupp alongside my cameraman Greg Tinty. Game number 3 is a 2004 matchup between Gentry Academy and the Chicago Young Americans, or CYA as they're otherwise known. CYA in the red helmets, blue jerseys, black and red breezers, white numbers. And they have the puck first. Gentry Academy, local team near White Bear Lake, in the black helmets, white jerseys, red lettering, black breezers. Again, these kids are 14U, born in the year 2004. Hard check delivered at center ice as Gentry Academy gains the zone. Seen on their website, they're known as the Galaxy. We'll just stick to Gentry here as Chicago hard check delivered on Caden Miles. Circling back with it at his own blue line, Daniel Ruskowski. Devin Cardenas giving chase in the corner. Puck's rung around and played there by Luke Lizick. Chicago Young Americans content to bank it off the end boards. Ruskowski. As it'll be played up. And skated on back. Played for Cardenas at his own blue line. Banked off the far boards. Collected there by Lizick. Neither team really with an opportunity thus far as both look to get their footing. 2 minutes gone by here in the opening period between CYA and Gentry. Icing whistled, so we'll have a draw in the neutral zone. Played on back by CYA, collected there, Johnny Grove. At the blue line, chipped on forward. Dumped in. CYA will give chase. Thrown in front, but could not connect with Colin Hartwell, a 5'5" forward out of Killdeer, Illinois. Backhanded on forward by Gentry, but not out. CYA has had the better of play thus far, despite neither team officially registering a shot yet. In net for Gentry is Jackson Betker, a 5'5" goalie from Maple Grove. So not too far from Bloomington. CYA goes for a change. Nolan Highland makes a good defensive play there to get it out for Gentry. Battle along the far boards. CYA comes away with it, shoots. Glove down there by Betker. Betker forced into action again. Ryan Cohen wants it up top as that pass is deflected up onto the top of the netting. Hence the stoppage in play. Wes Johnson, one of the other goalies, the backup for Gentry. We'll see if he gets in, but Betker is going to have the draw come out to his right. Won by CYA. Cohen's up top. Throws it in front. Deflected wide. Doesn't get all the way through. Knocked down by Lucas Saranis. Evading defenders trying to skate it out of his own zone. Attila Lepai. Takes on new meaning when his mom calls him Hun. Pass in front, good stick, knocked it away. Clarence Belts, a young man from Missoula, Montana. Caden Miles skating forward. Centering pass, that's cut out by CYA. Miles has another crack on it. Finally registers Gentry's first shot nearly 5 minutes into the game. But that goes whistling wide, and CYA collects. Trying to pass it out. Played there by Betker, with CYA bearing down on the Gentry defense. Rakoski will collect and put on the brakes. And CYA will skate it through the neutral zone and gain the zone as Mark LaFrance plays it on back. Cut out there by 89 Max von Klingergraff. Von Klingraff. So the draw will come out to the right of netminder up to the left point, Gentry, and the save is made with the glove and held on to by Owen Flores. Played on back, left point, Gentry. They fire it again wide. 6 minutes gone by, first period. Still scoreless between CYA and Gentry. Gentry able to keep it in the zone. Grant Dietz from St. Paul putting pressure. Near side board battle just outside the left circle. Gentry zone. Gentry turns it over in between the circles, pass down low, shoots off the post. Oh, a golden opportunity had beaten Betker, but CYA could not finish. Meanwhile, on the other end, Flores gloves the attempt and hangs on to force the draw. Gentry wins the draw to the right point. Another low shot, and once again held on to by Flores. Jamming at it, Gentry in front, and they say they scored. No initial indication yet. And no, the draw will instead come out to the right of Flores. As Lepai wins it cleanly for Gentry. Played on back for Highland. Highland with a shot. That's driven down. Backhanded on forward by Owen Just. Highland with another shot. The defenseman from Isanti. Oh, a hard check delivered by Lepai. 5'2", 125 pounds, but he hits hard. Betker pads the save aside. Left circle, another shot put on net. This time, Gentry comes skating back with it. Caden Miles has his stick lifted by Cohen. 7 minutes to go in the game, or in the first period. Pass evades Miles. Sashaying through. Banked off the far boards. Miles trying to clear. Berg. Rinked wide for Cardenas. Gentry again banks it off the far boards. Giving chase this time is von Klingerath. They got him pinned up against the end boards, and that's how Gentry will get possession of the puck, and they'll bring it out of their own zone. Ooh, nifty stick work there from Johnny Grove. But he loses the puck in the CYA zone. And the Chicagoans bring it out once more. .5:36 to go. Still scoreless between CYA and Gentry from the 2018 Western States Invitational. And now entering with speed, attacking, and a good save there by Betker. CYA had a glorious opportunity there on the breakaway, but Getker and his right pad were equal to it. Played on forward by Clarence Belts. Real fast, fairly evenly played first period between these two teams. That one slapped on forward and held on to by Betker. Gentry Academy, founded fairly recently, and they do have mostly Minnesota kids, besides Belts, who's from Missoula, Montana, and Caden Mills from Fairbanks, Alaska. CYA, again, controlling. Left point. Trying to cycle the puck, but Gentry sticks in the passing lane. Over to the right point, not much on that pass. Stolen by Gentry, they'll ring it around. Now giving chase is Bobby Ingebrigtsen. Brady Ingebrigtsen, excuse me. CYA collects defensively and brings it back through the neutral zone with speed. Left circle, driving the net, circling behind. Still on it. Finally ricochets off the boards. There's a drive, deflected nearly in, but hits the side netting. CYA getting all kinds of traffic in front of the net. And has just been, it looks like a step quicker. Again centered, and again Betker has to cover the near post. Cleared but not out, fired toward the net. CYA just struggling to hit the net at this point. Fired, and Betker forced to make another save. 3:19 to go first period. And then you can catch your breath. This has been an active back and forth first period, largely controlled by CYA. But the Chicago Young Americans have not been able to light the lamp. Betker decides against catching that one, lets it go wide, but kept in by CYA. Again, throw towards the net. Betker watches it go by his left post. Left wing corner battle. CYA comes out with it. Banked off the far boards and out, and now a couple Gentry players will change. But they're going to keep the pressure on with Belts. Board battle as Rakoski's down there. 2:25 to go, first period. Centered, and Betker's forced to come off his line, and collect the puck, and he'll hang on. He's showed good instincts for when to do that and when to pat it aside. So draw will come out to his right. Gentry zone. Played on back to the left point, quickly rink wide. Bounced off the far boards. Shuffled along, but kept in behind the net. CYA stick handling. Just outside the left circle. Up to the left point. Rink wide right point. Stick in the passing lane, knocks it down. Rung around, Gentry clearing, but not out. CYA putting all kinds of pressure on, but even still, they have not gotten on the scoreboard just yet. Passed in the middle. Oh, good physical hit by Mills. Mills sweeps it away off the far boards. Played at center ice here. CYA again content to dump and chase. Now they'll go for a change as reinforcements join the fray. Minute left to play in the first. Scoreless between CYA and Gentry Academy. Gentry trying to skate it out of their own zone. Instead, it's stolen there. CYA kind of throws it in front of the net, and the puck goes trickling in. Betker looked like it may have gotten past him when it took a deflection. Hard to see from our vantage point. But with 44.5 seconds remaining in the first period, CYA takes a 1-0 lead. You know, when you put that much pressure on a team, when you're just kind of throwing pucks at the net, sometimes good things happen. And CYA relentless as far as keeping it in the zone. So we'll see who they give credit to the goal for and who gets the assist, but not necessarily the prettiest of goals, but greasy goals count too, right? Mark LaFrance unassisted. He gets the goal with 44.5 seconds left in the first and gives CYA the 1-0 lead it enjoys. 10 seconds to play. Gentry has some possession. Trying to get a shot off now from the right circle. Tight angle shot. That's blockered aside as time will expire here in the first. With CYA on top, 1-0. So again, now two teams will switch sides and we'll play the second period, second 15 minutes. So ready to start the second period here from the Bloomington Ice Garden. Bill Hupp for YouthHockeyHub.com. Proud to bring you the 2018 Western States Invitational. Chicago Young Americans got on the board. Mark LaFrance unassisted goal with 44.5 seconds left to play in the first. Gives his team a 1-0 lead. Mills, a hard check delivered in the right wing corner as Gentry comes out flying to start the second period. And that could be our first penalty. They wanted a trip, no whistle, no hand raised, no whistle blown. No penalties in the first for either team, just a fast-moving, fast-action first. Again, a Gentry player falls to the ice, but no whistle called. Cleverly played off the back of the net to get out of his own zone there as we've got 45 seconds gone by, second period. 1-0 advantage enjoyed by CYA, Chicago Young Americans, against Gentry Academy, fairly newly formed school. Out of Vadnais Heights, technically. Highland gains the zone, left circle, tight angle shot. That's sticked aside by Flores. Driving the net now, Cardenas. Another save by Flores. Backhanded out. Now playing it across Lezak. Dumped in, and his teammates give chase as he goes for a change. Collected in the neutral zone and skating back to his own, past his own blue line. Played across by Colin Hartwell. Thrown to the front of the net. It hits the near post and deflects behind the net. CYA able to keep it in. Deflected nearly up into the protective netting, but not quite. Hard check delivered behind the net. And meanwhile, losing an edge badly there. It's one of the many CYA players with a different jersey number than listed in the program. Played on back at the blue line. Grove chips it forward into the neutral zone. There's a shot by Belts that harmlessly trickles by. Chipped on into the neutral zone by CYA where they give chase. Pass evades Belts and collected by the Chicagoans in the right circle. Good hard check, but it doesn't stop CYA from getting the puck in the left circle. Shot in front. Betker forced to make the save and then cover. Three minutes and 10 seconds gone by in this second period. More back and forth action that we started to see in the first period. Betker watches that puck whistle wide of his left post as Gentry again tries to clear the zone. Grove at center ice. Jordan Tackney out of Forest Lake dumps it in, gives chase. And we are going to have our first penalty, I believe. High sticking whistle. Or high sticking called anyway, so that will result in a draw in the left circle of the CYA zone. Hunter, appropriately named held. Hunter held it in. Left wing circle. Ingebretson behind the net. Ridden off hard there. Mills Puck just thrown toward the front of the net. And give Gentry credit, especially netminder Jackson Betker out of Maple Grove. CYA has had more possession, been just a step quicker, and more shots on net. However, scoreboard is just 1-0. Could be a lot worse if Betker wasn't playing quite so well. Puck gets deflected up into the Gentry bench, so the draw will come out in the neutral zone. And off the draw, CYA plays it up to the center ice. Rakoski trying to clear it out for LaFrance, the goal scorer. Tied up behind the net. And coming out with it is Belts. Gentry will dump and go for a change. Highland throws it back toward the front of the net. Paddled aside by Flores. Belts in a left corner board battle. And CYA wins. LaFrance looking for his second. In on net. LaFrance backhand off as he shoots wide. Certainly looked like Betker had it covered, but LaFrance's effort goes wide anyway. Guided on along by CYA. Biggest roster I think we've seen here. Chicago Young Americans well represented here in Bloomington. Losing an edge there though, Gentry. Along the end boards. Have a man on the doorstep but couldn't feed him. So now CYA hard charging Lezak. Can't quite maintain possession of the puck. In between the circles, there's a shot that goes wide. Lezak again feeds in front, and again it evades his teammates. 7:40 remaining, second period. After this period, the two teams will head to their respective locker rooms while the Zamboni takes the ice. Good back checking by Mills. Betker tight to that near post as Gentry tries to bring it out. Stick-to-stick passing, but off of Mills. Shot courageously blocked down in front. Board battle won by Gentry. Cleared but not out. Battle along the half wall, up into the CYA bench and out of play. Two teams will meet again later in this tournament. Backhanded along at the blue line. Gentry gains the zone. Shot by Cardenas goes wide. Tackany loses it. Backhanded in front, good stick. And we, again, have had no penalties for either team yet. And we're a period and a half in, more. CYA banks it off the far board, centering pass, shoot, and a save by Betker. CYA applying heavy pressure, creative with the passes as well. Neither team really getting a foothold, but CYA has definitely had the more aggressive of play, or just been a little sharper, it looks like. 4:50 to go, second period. Still 1-0 Chicagoans. Flores plays it behind his own net. He decides to ring it around, but he turns it over. There's a shot and a right pad save made by Flores as Johnny Grove had an opportunity in between the circles. Backhanded centering pass goes wanting. High, fast-paced action between these two teams. CYA controls. They'll cycle the puck. Swept around by Gentry, but kept in. Belts will go for a change after he gains the zone for Gentry. Swept along the end boards, where CYA will retreat and ricochet it off the half wall. Healed rather. .320 to go. Beautiful pass across, they'll shoot, and wide. And if CYA could hit the net, Marc LaFrance was gunning for his second. And coming up a little shaky as Mills has his shot deflected into the right corner. Draw will come out to the right of Flores. CYA attacking down the other way. Good save by Betker, who slides over to make the save, and then a follow-up shot goes in for CYA. The rebound came out to the left circle, and the young Americans made no mistake that time. I believe it was number 8 who potted the plant, but waiting for an official announcement on that. Again thrown in front. Betker turned it aside once more. 2:22 to play. Skating with it here is Rakoski. He'll put on the brakes. Falkland Graff shoots, And a way to slide over by Flores. Minute 35 to go. Second period. 2-0 advantage to CYA. And CYA gains the zone quickly. Toe dragging through, paddled aside by Betker. Hard check delivered in the corner there. Battle in front, and they managed to poke it home. So Chicago Young Americans, after really dominating play for much of the first two periods, finally getting rewarded for their efforts as they managed to poke it past Betker, who's played very, very well. 59.1 seconds to go here, second period. It's now 3-0 Chicago Young Americans. Gentry's been game. They've battled hard. They just haven't had a whole lot of opportunities, but there's a golden one from Mills that's saved by Flores. Looked like it almost hit Flores in the helmet. Another drive from the left point that he barely sees until late, but manages to glove. Shot from Tackany that time. CYA wins the draw. Skates through the neutral zone. Lip-Eye chips it forward. Mills giving chase. Now an odd man rush for CYA. So there's a shot deflected up into the protective netting with 12.5 seconds to go. Draw will come out in the left circle. Gentry zone. Thrown through traffic in front and held by Betker. Still no official announcement on those goals because they were scored by number 8, number 5, and the program, due to some late jersey changes by the club, is the horn sounds. The second period has ended, so each team will head to its respective locker rooms. CYA scores 2 goals late in the second period to take a commanding 3-0 lead into the third. You're watching the 2018 Western States Invitational on youthhockeyhub.com. Back to action here, third period, just at the start between CYA, the Chicago Young Americans, and Gentry Academy from the Bloomington Ice Garden. Third game of the 2018 Western States Invite. And the netminder for Gentry Academy, Jackson Betker, has the puck trickle toward his net, so he freezes it and forces a draw that will come out to his left in his own zone. 14:38 to play in the game. CYA scores twice towards the end of the second period, extending a 1-0 lead to 3-0, and that's where things stand. A comfortable 3-0 lead for CYA, and it's well-deserved. They've had the better of play. They've been a little sharper, had more shots. They're deeper. They certainly have a bigger roster than Gentry. And they've been active. Betker has had to make several fine saves as the stick's lifted here, and Mills going to put on the brakes, skate through his left circle, and bring it out on his own. Beautiful move by Mills. The Alaskan native gains the zone, throws it towards net. Blockered aside by Flores. Near side corner now, CYA trying to clear it out of its own zone. Down the ice, through the neutral zone. It'll be chased there by Jordan Tackney. Cut out by CYA at center ice. Played behind the net to the end boards. CYA on it. Good stick. Tackney lifts it. Centering pass. Puck is loose before Tackney winds it down the ice. And back into the CYA zone. 2 minutes gone by here, third period, 3-0 lead for the Chicagoans. Team Illinois, another Illinois team representing here. There's a shot at net that goes wide of Betker's net. Again thrown on net, but wide. Puck still loose now between the circles. High slot, that's a shot that gets driven down. CYA shooting and collecting the puck, seemingly at will. Near side board battle. Chicago comes away with it again. Puck cycled out, banked off the near side boards, and again, CYA will have to give chase. Flores passes it up to the Gentry blue line. Nice idea, but just unable to collect it there. Oh, beautiful little move. But losing an edge there. Again thrown in front, and with on-rushing attackers, Betker forced to cover up. We were scoreless for a while before CYA scored with 45 seconds to go before the end of the first period, and then they scored late in the second period as well. And there's another shot and a score. That one beat Betker glove side as it was fired from the high slot. And it gives CYA Ryan Cohen credited with that goal. Cohen from the high left slot gives CYA a 4-0 advantage. It makes us 1 goal away from running clock. Mills chases after it in the right circle. Nothing fancy about that, just high heat from Cohen. Center ice, backhanded in. Kendall Geyer, 77 in the book, 20 on your score sheets, as that was deflected up into the netting. Ryan Cohen did not get credit for that goal after all. Geyer, Kendall Geyer, 5'7" defenseman from St. Charles, in fact, had the laser. Regardless, CYA enjoys a 4-0 advantage. Well in control of this game. And looking for more in the left circle. Tackney doing yeoman's work to defend. Battle in the far corner. And we may have our first penalty coming up on Gentry. Indeed we will, so CYA will go on the power play as boarding or a cross check probably will be called here. First penalty of the game on either team. This one on Tyler Geyer. So Tyler Geyer goes 2 minutes for cross-checking. CYA on their first power play for either team. Two minutes for roughing, the official call. Rakowski sends it in deep. Swept on out by Gentry. Gentry in the black helmets and breezers, white jerseys. Red and blue accents throughout. Chicago Young Americans in the blue jerseys, red helmets, red and black breezers. Firmly in command of this one. There's still 1:20 left in on the power play. And get a chance to work some of their power play plays. Kendall Geyer apparently skating with it, back in his own zone. And he'll bring it out, gaining the zone now, in on net, sashaying through, and Betker pads it aside with the right pad and managed to still maintain his focus despite being run into. And right in front, another save by Betker. Point blank opportunity that Betker managed to save, backhanded out, but not far enough. Geiger bounces it off the far side boards. It'll be gloved down there. Played across, there's a drive that's deflected off the stick of Clarence Belts and up into the protective netting. Face-off will come in the right circle of the Gentry zone. Won cleanly there by CYA. Still just 15 seconds, I should say, remaining on the penalty before Gentry can say they successfully killed it. Back left circle. Again, off the stick of Tackney and didn't get it quite on net. And it's lifted out onto an on-rushing Geyer, who had come from the bench. 8.5 minutes to play. Hard hit by Mills. He's got his stick entangled. Ingebretson driving the net. He's knocked off his skates. Pinned up against the far boards and coming off the wall. Oh, and a great steal by Mills. Now Mills has an opportunity. Mills in between the circles, and he just couldn't get much on the shot. It eventually trickled into the crease where it was covered by Flores. 8:02 remaining third period, 4-0 CYA. Kept in and banked off the near boards above Mills' head, behind the net. Puck squirts free all the way down to the end. No icing called, so it be picked up there by Nolan Highland. Tackney skating with it behind his own net. He'll cycle it back for Ingebrigtsen. .7:06 to play. Want to give credit where it's due. Jackson Hill scored the second goal for CYA. Matthew Kimball, the third. And Kendall Geyer scored the fourth goal. Swept forward, now giving chase, Danny Bagnoli. Has his stick lifted. Kept in by William Stedman. Now giving chase here, Mighton Johnson from Phoenix, Arizona. The rest of these kids on Chicago Young Americans, all from Illinois. Mighton Johnson, a 5'6" player from Phoenix, Arizona. There's a drive that goes whistling wide. 5:47 to play in the game, 4-0. Stick to side by Owen Flores. Another beautiful, just fundamentally sound save by Betker. And actually, it's been Brooks Borowski who's been in net, 5'6" netminder from Downers Grove. Brooks Borowski has been in net for CYA, so he's been solid. Hasn't had to do a whole lot in between the pipes, but he's been solid all game. Hard check in the near side corner. Battling for it there, Kimball. Kept in by Evan Zdakis. Swept out by Gentry. Pass intended for Zdakis. Zdakis cut out. There's an opportunity in front. A great save by Borowski. Just sprawled, butterfly save with the left pad. Still loose as Mills is charging toward the net. And Gentry whistled for their second penalty of the game. Only 2 penalties this game. Both have been on Gentry. As Attila Lapai will sit in the box. And CYA has their second man advantage. Draw will come out right outside the CYA bench. And they win it cleanly, retreat back to their own zone between the circles. Now they'll skate through the neutral zone. Owen just had it knocked away. Now passed over to the left circle. Gentry trying to get it out. Banked off the boards for Cardenas. Attila Lapai, 2 minutes for tripping. Minute 24 remaining on the penalty, and CYA has yet to get a shot off. Just 3:30 left in the game, but the Chicagoans enjoy a comfortable 4-0 lead. Backhanded on forward, giving chase there, Cardenas. Putting pressure on number 6, Levi Velik. Velik falls down. Highland throws it on net. And with 55 seconds left, battle for it in the neutral zone won by CYA. They'll be back at their blue line. Bank it off the near boards. And backhanded down by Just. Well, great effort there to get it out of the near side corner. And now Gentry playing it forward. Von Klingraff with 30 seconds remaining on the penalty and 2:42 to go in the game. Try to go rink wide. Tackany collects at his right circle. He'll circle back. Being hounded there with the check by Colin Hartwell. Kept in there by Kendall Geyer. .220 to play in the game, 7 seconds remaining in the penalty. And draw will come out left circle of the Gentry zone. Not much on the shot there from Kendall Geyer. Certainly not like his first shot. Both teams full strength as Nolan Highland's shot driven down. Rakoski, one of the few players on this CYA team who are wearing temporary jerseys with the same number as in the program. Good stick there, charging through center ice. Bounced in front, Borowski able to hang on and freeze the puck. Minute 29 remaining in the game. Both teams back at even strength. As the draw will come out to the right of Borowski. CYA will move to 1-0 in the Western States Invitational. Gentry Academy will fall to 0-1. Both teams, of course, playing games later tonight, 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. A lot of hockey. Depth is key. CYA certainly has plenty of it. Velik. Battle for it on the blue line, won by Gentry. Lipai in there for support. 48 seconds to play. Gentry still on the puck along the end boards. CYA comes out with it. And they'll attack down the left wing. There's a shot that ends up hitting a teammate, which can't have felt good. Mills will pick it up with 23 seconds. Enter the zone. Blast a hard slap shot that goes wide. Trying to dance his way on through is Kimball before he's cut out. Mills will backhand it on down back into the CYA zone. And that is going to do it here in game number 3. Chicago Young Americans 2004, Downs Gentry Academy 2004 by a final of 4-0. You've been watching the 2018 Western States Invitational right here exclusively on youthhockeyhub.com. Stay tuned for games all weekend. In the meantime, I'm Bill Hupp for my cameraman Greg Tinty. Thank you for watching. Again, the final CYA Downs Gentry in a 2004 matchup by a score of 4-0.